So the broad overview of the scope of this course is pretty much what we've covered already. HTTP or HTTPS APIs that provide a means of a client communicating with a server. The ubiquity of HTTP makes this the default choice for most applications today. Now here's where everything starts to get a bit interesting. These are the sort of weaknesses we're going to look at, and we're going to start out by walking you through how we can discover these APIs behind clients. It's really very simple in most cases. We'll then take a look at some of the common patterns of APIs leaking data, and also the way discoverable APIs often disclose the presence of other APIs that the developers don't want attackers to find. We're then going to move on and have a look at how we can manipulate the API itself to get around controls that are built into the app. That is, the app that actually runs natively on the device. And this is going to go through your classic case of insufficient controls on one of the layers of the application. Next up, authentication and authorization are obviously very important in many of the apps we build, and there are some horrendous but very common mistakes that developers often make, and we're going to look at some of those later on in the course. Finally, we're also going to take a look at the role of SSL, and in fact we're going to take a look at both what SSL doesn't get you in a smart app and HTTP-based API world, and we're also going to look at some common mistakes that developers make that can make the SSL implementation absolutely useless. And we're going to look at some real-world applications when we do this so that there's some good context to the course. Now, most importantly, and this is consistent with the previous Hack Yourself First course as well, we are going to exploit these weaknesses. So as part of this course, you will actually learn techniques that allow you to hack APIs. Now, of course, the idea is that it's your own APIs, and it's as part of the process of understanding security better and strengthening your app before an attacker finds those vulnerabilities. Many of the things I'm going to show you in this course are recreations of real-world examples that I've experienced when assessing apps talking over APIs. These are not fictitious. These do really happen. And finally, we're also going to be looking at secure patterns. It's really important that you get to see how an app behaves when it's designed well. Hacking them, and remember that's your own apps, can be great fun and a great way to learn, but ultimately the goal is to help you make them stronger. So it's really important that you get to see the secure implementations. To that effect, I'd like to start showing you the sample application, the one with all the security flaws, I'm going to be showing you throughout this course.